Okay, in this video tutorial, I will show you how to install and configure Apache, PHP, MySQL, and phpMyAdmin in Ubuntu. What is Apache? Apache web server is the most widely utilized web server in the world, and most of the world websites are served on Apache web server. Apache development is run by the Apache Software Foundation, which is the community of software developers. Apache is released with an open source software. Okay. These are releases of Apache that can run on most operating systems such as Unix, Linux, Windows, and Apple, to name a few. However, most often Apache is run on Linux web server. Okay. PHP. PHP is a programming scripting language that is typically installed on web server, but it can also be installed on an end user computer system. It is one of the most popular scripting languages to install on the web servers in order to create dynamic web content. It is called a server-side scripting language in that PHP code is interpreted by the web server and HTML content is generated and sent to the user web browser. PHP is freely distributed software and has available releases for major operating systems. PHP is a competitor with other server-side programming languages like Microsoft Active Server Pages or Sun Microsystem Java Server Pages. So this is basically a server-side programming language. MySQL. MySQL is currently the most popular relational database management system in the world. MySQL functions as a database server that allows users to connect to its store database. MySQL is an open source software released under GNU Public License or GPL. phpAdmin. phpAdmin is a graphical browser-based management interface for working with MySQL. phpMyAdmin is an open source project written in PHP. phpMyAdmin can make managing MySQL database more intuitive and easier to learn. Okay. I will provide some of this information on the Blackboard. So before you view this video, please download my documentation so you can read ahead of my information. So the first thing that we need to do, how to set up the Apache, is you need to go to here. You need to go to here and then look for terminal operator. As usual, you always need to run sudo apt get update to get the latest repository. Enter. They ask me for a password, so I need to enter that. Okay. The reason you run the sudo apt gets update, so your Ubuntu will update the latest repository. And then after you finish getting all the repository, you need to install the Apache. Okay, so here is the command: sudo apt get install Apache 2. Okay, I have installed this program, so I just want to show you that command. Okay, after you successfully install that, after you successfully install the Apache, you need to check that in the browser by going to web browsers, and then you're gonna type localhost here. When you see this localhost Ubuntu, it works. That means that your Apache web server is running properly. If not, you need to restart the server. How do you do that? Let me show you the command. sudo /etc /int.d /apache to start. This is how to start, and this is how to stop, and this is how to restart. Okay, in case your Apache services is not working, so you need to restart the server. Okay, once you finish that, you need to go to the Apache web directory and look for the index.html command. So how do you do that? You go to cd var www.html. Okay, then if you, what is it? Okay, I have a typo here. Here, cd/var www/html, enter. So now you are in that directory. Now you will see that you have a program called index.html there. So let's modify that. So how you modify that? You're gonna go to sudo nano. Okay, you need to go to sudo nano and then index.html. okay, here we go. So here, let me change on the body. Let's make some changes here just to make sure it's working. Where is it? Here. Let me see how can I configure this. It works right here. Let me change this one. So it works. Where is it? Here. I think it's here. Is this in the body? Let me see. Here, let me change this. I'm gonna add this one. Bienvenidos. ¿Cómo está? For example, how are you? Okay, so what's it? How are you? Okay, so I'm gonna go to Control O to save the file, and then I'm gonna Control X to exit that. Okay, now I need to refresh this, see if it's worked. I'm going to refresh this. Here we go. It works. Bienvenidos. So our PHP is working. The next thing that we're gonna do is to install PHP 5 and Apache library module for PHP. Okay, how do you do that? After we finish installing the Apache web server, now the next step is to install PHP 5. The latest version as of today, which is June 6, is version 7. However, for the purpose of our exercises, lab exercises, I'm gonna use the 5. So here is the command. You're gonna do sudo. Let me see. I'm gonna do sudo I'm going to do, where is it? Sudo apt-get install apt-get install PHP 5 and library Apache 2 mode and then PHP 5. Okay, I already installed this on my system, so I just want to show you the command. Sudo apt-get install PHP 5 space library Apache 2 desmo.php 5. Okay, let me stop in this section.